know, it's kind of sad, but also kind of funny, I guess, that at the end of almost every year now, I get to play my new favorite game. Which movies are getting a sequel and/or prequel that no one asked for? That Mufasa movie's coming out in December. Oh boy, I can't wait to see how much of the original story they're gonna retcon with this one. But then we have Moana, which is like even more, because not only is Moana getting a sequel movie, but also getting a live-action version. You know, because it's such an ancient classic Disney movie in desperate need of an update. But okay, so in 2016, Disney comes out with Moana. This was right on the heels of Big Hero 6, which came out in 2014, so they were just really swinging for the fences around this time. I mean, Zootopia came out the same year as Moana. Man, remember back when Disney was making new stuff and it was all really good? We did not know that we were living in the good old days, I'll tell you that. But all the same, with Moana 2 coming out on the 27th of this month, I figured, hey, why not go back and check out the original movie? So come along, kids, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Raycon. You know what's a great way to stave off the impending sense of existential dread and ever-encroaching mortality? Music, probably. And you know what goes good with music? Raycons. You've probably already heard this like a million times, but Raycons were already pretty great, but now they're even better. 32 hours of battery life, active noise canceling, quick charge, weatherproof, sweat resistant, and they start at just half the price of all the other guys. Real talk, no joke here, okay? I use my Raycons like all the time. When I'm doing push-ups and my dog's being kind of weird in the background, while I'm playing with my ferret, not a euphemism, or cleaning the house while also playing with my ferret. And this being November, you know they got some sweet, sweet Black Friday deals going on, okay? Even though Raycons are already way less expensive than all the other earbuds, they're giving you up to 30% off site-wide. Go to buyraycon.com/Meyers and get up to 30% off. And like I said, not just on the earbuds, but on the entire store. You already got some Raycons? Well, they come in all these different colors, you know what I mean? So use my link, buy like 7 of them, that'd be pretty cool. You don't have Raycons yet? No better time than right now. Buyraycon.com/Meyers, get 30% off. Okay, back to the show. So a large part of this movie is introducing us all to Polynesian culture and like their version of a creation story and that kind of thing.
In the beginning, there was only ocean until the mother island emerged, Te Fiti. Her heart held the greatest power ever known. It could create life itself.
Oh, so this is all your fault, huh? Thanks for nothing, Tafiti. I was perfectly happy being a little protozoa at the bottom of the ocean, but now, thanks to you, here I am paying taxes and counting how many tums I have left before I gotta go buy some more. So the story goes that after creating the world, Tafiti just like went to sleep, which hey, I totally get it, cause like, you know, it's like when you're like, I'm gonna be good today and cook dinner for myself at home. And then it takes 2 hours and then you got like 8 different things you gotta wash now. Oh yeah, this was totally worth it. What if I just leave these all in the sink and go to sleep and then never think about it again? But anyway, after this, a bunch of lesser gods wanted the power of Tafiti's heart, which is like the magic stone thing that she has.
One day, the most daring of them all voyaged across the vast ocean to take it. A shapeshifter who could change form with the power of his magical fishhook. Maui.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, wow! But then another god called Taka showed up and fought Maui for the heart. Long story short, it gets lost in the ocean forever.
1,000 years later, Tekka and the demons of the deep still hunt for the heart by the bloodthirsty jaws of inescapable death.
You know, okay, I've always found it really hilarious how there used to be, and still kind of is, I guess, this idea where it's like something is like too scary, too shocking, or too dirty for girls, right? But then like on their own, girls will gravitate toward the most horrifyingly depraved things you've ever seen in your life. But okay, in case you couldn't tell, this is Moana, and she's next in line to be chief of the whole island. However, everything and everyone on the island is telling her that their whole shtick is that no one leaves, no one goes anywhere, nothing. The island just gives them everything they need.
A place of chiefs. There will come a time when you will stand on this peak and place a stone on this mountain, like I did, like my father did. When you add your stone, you will raise this whole island higher.
But shocking plot twist, Moana kind of sort of wants to see what's out there, like in the ocean, you know? I mean, come on, she's 16 now, okay? Gosh, Dad, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends at Walmart now. And also the island is like dying or whatever, you know, it's always something, right? I mean, laundry, dishes, the encroaching death of everything and everyone you love. Heartburn from drinking water of all things.
Our traps in the East Lagoon, they're pulling up less and less fish.
No one goes beyond the reef.
I know, but if there are no fish in the lagoon,
Moana,
and there's a whole ocean?
we have one rule.
An old rule when there were fish.
Everything should stay just how it is, but that way isn't working anymore. Oh yeah, well, change is scary and I have an attitude problem. Well, guess what, Dad? So do I. And so, feeling the rush of rebellion, Moana sings the obligatory I Wanna Do a Thing song, which thematically is basically just Pink Pony Club mixed with Parents Just Don't Understand by Will Smith. And then there's also this kid. But so she commandeers a boat and heads off to do something. Not a single granola bar, not a Tupperware full of trail mix, nothing. But then it just goes like real bad and she crashes the boat right back where she started.
Whatever just happened, blame it on the pig.
So after surviving all this somehow, later on she's hanging out with her grandma and she's like, parents suck. And then her grandma's like, guess how many jars full of toenails I have in my basement right now.
When I die, I'm going to come back as one of these. Or I chose the wrong tattoo.
Why are you acting weird?
I'm the village crazy lady. That's my job.
What ends up happening here is that her grandma takes her to this ancient sealed-off cave that shows that Moana's people used to be voyagers who sailed across the ocean all the time. What's that? Your parents are big fat liars? Wow, shocking. Oh, also, side note, she's been chosen by the ocean to, like, save the world or whatever. You know, as you do.
The ocean chose you.
I thought it was a dream.
I'm sorry, can we talk about how absurdly OP Moana is? Like, she's part of the highest aristocracy on the island. She's been preordained by a sentient ocean. And she's like genealogically predisposed to do the things she wants to do, conveniently. I'm not sure how inspiring this would be to like little girls watching this movie, you know? It's like, wow, she's just like me. I always find stories like this to be kind of weird because like, what exactly is she overcoming? Like, she's the most important person on the island already, and then the literal earth itself is bending over backwards to get her to do the thing that she's supposed to do. This is like when a really tall person plays basketball, you know? Like literally what else was Shaq gonna do in his life? Anyway, so her grandma tells her about how if she wants to save the island, she needs to find Maui, the demigod of playing the same character in every single movie.
Our ancestors believed Maui lies there, at the bottom of his hook. Follow it, and you will find him.
But why would it choose me? I don't even know how to make it past the reef.
So Moana, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 16-year-old that she is, needs to go take the heart of Te Fiti to the corpse of Te Fiti and have Maui put it back in to save the world. And then her grandma's like, Moana, I'm dying, go do the thing. And Moana's like, yeah, okay, bye. And sets off to do all of everything I just said.
Hey, hey!
With the help of this little idiot, who is probably the best character in the whole movie, by the way, no question. Now, eventually, the weather gets kind of crazy, and Moana, who luckily put on all of her waterproof makeup that day, crash lands on this random island where she does indeed run into Maui himself.
Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, I'm here
Oh,
to...
of course. Yes. Now he always has time for his fans. When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
Sure, Maui. Of course it is. Tweeting. Now, pretty quickly, Moana's kind of disillusioned with Maui because, you know, she thought he was some kind of sinister demigod of trickery and shapeshifting and turtlenecks. But turns out he's just some kind of self-important, self-absorbed, washed-up wannabe celebrity desperately clinging to the good old days. Man, they really nailed this casting.
Hey! Let me out! You lying, slimy son of a...
You're welcome. Boat snack.
Ah, yes, indeed. Boat snack. So Maui tries to leave Moana stranded on this island, but remember, she's chosen by the ocean, so it doesn't go very well.
Did not see that coming.
I am Moana of Motunui. You will journey to different...
Now, long story short, Moana convinces Maui to help her, but they have to get his magic fish hook first, because that's the source of all of his, like, shape-shifting demigod power. And without it, all he can do is just be really friggin' annoying.
Boat snack! When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
Oh boy, I for one cannot wait to see what timely references they put in the live-action version. So they go on a bunch of little adventures like saving Hey from coconut monster demons, or they fight off this very eccentrically gay crab.
You're a funny-looking little thing, aren't you?
Don't! That's my grandma's!
That's my grandma's. I ate my grandma, and it took a week because she was absolutely humongous. Why are you here?
Yeah, you know, this is like one of those theater dudes who just like casually says the most out-of-pocket thing you've ever heard in your life, just like it's nothing. Also, like, this whole part, but especially the song, is just so out of place in the movie. Like, the song is not even that good anyway, but also it sounds like nothing else in the entire movie. Like, this whole part adds nothing and just slows the movie way down, honestly. You could have shaved off a good 10 minutes here.
Hey! Hey! Did you like the song?
But all the same, finally, they get the magic fish hook, and now Maui and Moana set off to fight Tika. Except, turns out, Maui's kind of forgotten how to use his powers correctly, because, you know, it's been a while.
We're alive! We're alive!
Listen, I appreciate what you did down there. Took guts. But,
Oh, come on, Moana, don't give me that look. You just fought a giant singing crab and demon coconuts, okay? This doesn't even crack the top 10 weirdest things you've seen today.
what can I say except we're dead soon?
Can you at least try?
Giant hawk. Hey, it's okay, we're dead soon.
All right.
Hey, wow, performance anxiety is a very normal thing, okay? It happens to all of us from time to time, nothing to be ashamed of. Or, you know, so I've heard. But so, ultimately, this leads to Moana and Maui talking about feelings and stuff. And we get a little bit of backstory about who Maui actually is.
I wasn't born a demigod. I had human parents. They did not want me. They threw me into the sea like I was nothing. Somehow, I was found by the gods. They gave me the hook.
Oh, what the heck, Disney? So this dude's parents threw him into the ocean when he was born because they didn't want him. The heck kind of kids movie is this? Also, why are we getting a sequel with more Moana and not like a prequel about how Maui went from an abandoned baby to a demigod who lassoed the sun? Yeah, joke's on you, Mom. Hope you enjoyed your Virginia Slims. Anyway, so after trauma dumping for a while, Maui gets his powers back and he and Moana set off to fight Tika. But when they get there, Maui fights for a while and he loses, so he runs away because he's embarrassed. And then Moana's like, oh no, whatever shall I do? And then the Yoda Force ghost of her grandma shows up and she's like, when I was a kid, gas only cost 70 cents a gallon.
Grandma! I couldn't do it.
It's not your fault. I never should have put so much on your shoulders. If you are ready to go home, I will be with you.
But then Moana's like, nah, and heads back to fight Tika. She like Tokyo drifts her boat for a while, and then Maui comes back at the last second to save the day, and he's like, I'm just like Han Solo. And Moana's like, hey, remember when you thought Black Adam was gonna be the biggest thing ever? That was funny. And finally, Moana gets to the heart of Te Fiti. That's right, everybody. Turns out Tika is Te Fiti. She just turned into Tika because she was missing her heart of creation, which thusly turned her into the fallen god of destruction. Which is like so metal, by the way. This movie is not at all what you'd expect from a Disney princess movie. And then we got this really cool sequence here where like Moana parts the waters and Tika's like rushing to get her, and Moana's back here going like Super Saiyan or whatever. Like, this part's awesome. Anyway, so after realizing the truth about everything, Moana puts the creation stone back where it belongs. wow, Te looks just like Moana. I assume this was on purpose. That's right, kids, the moral of the story is if you want to do something amazing, you have to already be important first. And so, just like that, Moana saves the world and the ocean has been cured of the darkness. And she sails back home and her parents are like, ha, I knew you'd be back, go mow the lawn. And then Moana becomes chief and puts a shell on the rock pile, thus completely disrupting all future generations forever. Like in 20 years, her daughter's gonna show up and be like, the heck am I supposed to do with this? But all the same, that's more or less Moana. The end. So, what was your favorite part of the movie? That was mine too. You know, this really makes me wonder, like, why exactly they felt that this needed a sequel. Cause like, I mean, the first movie's about Moana resurrecting the corpse of a dead god. Like, where do you go from there? She saved all of existence and creation, so like, what more could she possibly do? I will say though, I do remember watching this movie when it came out, and at the time I was like, huh, that's cool, I guess, or whatever. But watching it back now, 8 years later, like, this movie was top tier, man. This whole period of Disney was just the last of the good stuff, honestly. I mean, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Moana, and then after that, it's just like Ralph Breaks the Internet, Frozen 2, Encanto? Wish. But all the same, Moana 2 comes out on the 27th of November, like I said earlier, and I'll get to making a video about that as soon as I can, so see you sometime. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com, and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.